Hello my friends and viewers, this is Gabriela Stardust again, and in this video clip here I would like to give you guys all another good tip what you can use to stay healthy or maybe even go rid of the coronavirus if you catch it somehow. We used it all the way, back in Germany. My parents used it, my grandparents and their, father, their parents. And it helped us actually, to get rid of a lot of diseases. Even it was a swine flu or it was, H1 H2, a regular flu, pneumonia problems, bronchial problems. So, and since we all know that the coronavirus is very heat sensitive, it dies off between 120 and 130 degree, where it was, tested in biolabs under microscope, and they have seen that the virus actually was melting away. They added some moisture to it, but the heat was actually the first thing what they recognized, that the virus cannot stand the heat. So what I did, you see here, I have some peppermint tea bags which I use, and you also can use the chamomile tea bags. I did heat it up, a medium pot of hot water. Then, I open it up. You see the steam is coming out, so that means it's still very, very, very hot. I put those tea bags right here, in my pot. I will use 3 of them to make it not too strong. There is a good gallon water in it. Right now something had already steamed away because it was cooking a little bit too long. So I put 3 of these peppermint tea bags in this pot, and I let it stay there for, I would say I let it stay there for 2 to 3 minutes. I make sure, I keep the temperature on low in this moment, just to make sure, it's not really getting too cold. I want, that it is still steaming, when I take the peppermint tea bags out, and that the steam is still there, because we need the steam for our steam bath. That's what I'm doing here tonight. And I will show you how I do that, because a lot of people was asking me, what do you mean by steam bath, how are you going to do that? And I try to explain that, a lot of people, they do have a sauna. They actually can use, to go into the sauna, sit there for 5 to 10 minutes or 5 to 7 minutes. It's up, on every individual, how much, on heat you can take. And it's about your whole body, how long you can actually stand the warm and the heat of 120 to 130 degree. And and the most people, when they feel like they're getting a little dizzy, because they have a little bit low blood pressure, you should not do that for longer at the time. You can do that 3 minutes at the time, breathing in through your mouth and out through your nose, and then you do the same thing, breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your mouth. So that will actually, help you if the virus is how you say that in English, if the hot steam is actually coming into your body. And it doesn't matter if the virus is in your nose or in your throat, or already a little bit deeper, in your lungs or on your alveoles, and are sitting there. The hot steam will actually take care of that the virus, will die off. I know it sounds for a lot of people, too good to be true. And they're saying, hey, if it is so easy, why not everybody is doing it? But actually, not everybody knows about the tip and knows about this little recipe, or, however you want to call it. Not everybody knows about it, and a lot of people, they don't believe, in those home recipes. what you can do, but actually, you know, is one of the best things you can do to make sure, you know, you keep healthy and you keep your bronchs, your lungs, and your nose, and, you know, every open line what goes down to your lungs, keep it healthy. So by now we have it in already, you know, about 2.5 minutes. I will take this lid off here, and I'll make sure I get the tea bags out of it, because we don't want, you know, that the tea bags actually are breaking open, and then, you know, you have the whole mess, you know, in the water. So what I'm gonna do right now, I hope I can do that together here with the phone in my hand and this pot. I did place the pot here to the other side, and you can see the hot steam. The hot steam is coming out. So what we're gonna do is, at this moment, we leave the lid off of it. You see I have already my bath towel here, which I put here. And then what we're gonna do is, I wait a little bit longer, you know, so that it is not that hot anymore as it is right now. Because if we are underneath the bath towel, you need to be able to breathe the warm steam in, but not really warmer than 120 to 130 degree. How do we know it is the exact temperature, you know, we have to use? We do not know that. I have nothing actually, you know, on my pot or something, a thermometer, which I can put in. It would break, you know, and it would go way over the temperature like it is right now. So I just have to leave it open and wait a little bit till it have the right temperature. When the right temperature is there, or I have the feeling, you know, it is the right temperature for me, you know, that I can breathe the steam in. And because I leave it open here a little bit, you still can go already, you know, over the pot, and you can, you know, get the steam, you know, in your lungs and in your nose, and you will see, you know, it smells good, you know, it feels good. It opened up your bronch system, you know, and I did it many times when I had pneumonia, and even with getting, you know, medication for that, most of the time antibiotics. But I actually recovered pretty fast. And for me, having pneumonia already 5 times in my life, I know what I have to do, you know, when the weather change, when the temperature change, when I have a feeling, you know, I get a little coughing or a little runny nose. The first thing what I'm doing is, you know, get me a pot, heat it up, put chamomile or peppermint in it, and I do it 2 times a day. You can even do it 3 or 4 times. It doesn't harm you. It doesn't do any bad. You know, it is actually pretty good for you. And then I do my steam bath. So what I do then, when the temperature is actually arised, that I have the feeling, you know, it is good for me, you know, to breathe it, and that it is not too hot and it did not hurt, you know, into my lungs. Then I put this, I get this really big bath towel here. I use the bath towel like that. Then I put it over the pot, like you can see. And then I open it up and I go underneath there. Make sure, you know, all the areas where the air could come in, everything is closed out. And then I do actually my breathing. When I do it through my nose and I do it out through my mouth, then I change it and I breathe it in through my mouth and out through my nose. By being under there, and I can tell you, it is really, it's getting very warm. You will see it, you know, you have to put the towel, maybe another towel around your neck, that the water, you know, when it gets too hot and you start sweating, you don't want that all your clothes or everything what you got, you know, get wet. So put one towel around your neck. The other one, like I said, is, you know, over your head. You do this for 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes. And if you cannot take it, you know, all that long, you just do it for 3 minutes or 3.5. If you have those little alarm clocks, you know, when you cook some eggs or whatever, you know, you just can put them on 2-3 minutes. Then you come out and dry your face and get dry. You wait a little bit and see how you feel. If you're a little bit dizzy, you know, just sit there and stay seated. Wait a little bit and then you go on, you know, and do the rest of the time like I described it here, you know, in my little video clip. So my friends, you know, I hope you will take this little advice or this little, you know, recipe over, you know, for you and your family. You can use it, you know, for your children, you know, for every age actually. If you do it with your children, you can do it together. So, you know, 2 people can stay actually underneath there and breathing it in. So you see if your child is doing it in the right way, or how your child is feeling. Then when it comes out, you just dry, you know, your face, dry it up a little, you know, make it dry, your eyes and everything, and then you'll be good. You can put the pot away and put a lid on it. That's what I do most of the time when I don't use it. I put my lid on it, and I keep this for the next time. I put it back, you know, on my stove actually, and you can leave it, you know, on if you want to, on low temperatures. And then if you like, you can open the lid up a little bit here when it is still steaming, you know. You have the steam of the peppermint or chamomile, whatever, you know, you like to use. You have it in your kitchen, you have it in your house, you know, it's all over the place. And then when it gets too low on water, you just put some more water into it. And then, you know, you just heat it up again, close before it boils. You turn it off. And then, you know, you can put any oil or eucalyptus or menthol, whatever you want into it. But be careful that it is not too much, because it will burn, you know, in your nose, in your lungs, and also in your eyes. Okay, my friends, that's me from here. I hope, you know, it is another good tip what you actually can follow up with. And like I said, you know, it is one of the best recipes actually, you know. It is from our grandparents and parents. And I think, you know, back in those days when they did not have all the other, you know, technologies and things, you know, to use that, there was using it, and actually, you know, it was a pretty good. It helped, you know, a lot of people, and it kept them, you know, very safe and healthy. With it said, talk to you to another day. You all stay safe. Watch the cell phone users. I love you a lot, and thank you guys for coming here and watching my little video. Bye bye.